I would begin this problem by writing the equation of the upside down parabola in this case, because I know the vertex and I have a random point. The vertex goes in for h and k. So let's throw those in there. Now to find a, you take the random point and plug in its coordinates in for x and y. I would then immediately subtract 3 from 2.6. And then 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 squared is 1. 1 times a is a. So a is negative 0.4, which goes right there. So just like that, we have the equation of the upside down parabola. Now let's focus on the tangent line, the blue dotted tangent line. To find the equation of a line, you need a point and you need a slope. Well, we already have the point of tangency, 5 comma 2.6. Now you need a slope. To find a slope, you need a derivative. So find the derivative of the parabola, the red shape, and use the derivative to find the slope. So if y equals that, then the derivative, y prime, would equal, well, use the power rule. 2 times negative 0.4 is negative 0.8. Keep the parentheses the same. Subtract 1 from 2 to turn it into 1. And then the derivative of 3 is 0. It just goes away. So this is the derivative. To find your slope, just tell the derivative where you are. We are at x equals 5. So take 5 and plug it in for x there. 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 to the power of 1 is 1. 1 times negative 0.8 would be negative 0.8. So that is the slope m of the line. So now let's go point slope. So that's point slope of the blue tangent line. Let's distribute that and let's move this there. Let's get y to be alone. That's the equation of the tangent line. So now let's use that. And now let's focus over here in this part of the graph. Now the goal is to find the coordinates of P. P is where the line and the parabola intersect. When graphs cross, their equations are equal. The equation of the line is what we found. The equation of the other parabola, the one that opens up, well, technically, this is its equation in vertex form. We don't know A because we don't have another point. It's all right, just leave it A. But we know that these equations should be set equal to each other because we know that when they cross at point P. So we have this equation right here. Now, this is one equation, but the problem is you have two variables. You have x and you have a. Now, if you have two variables, you need at least two equations. We only have one. Watch what we do. We know that this parabola is controlled by this equation, y equals this. Let's find its derivative. Y prime would equal 2a x minus 2 to the power of 1, right? It's 2 times a is there. Keep the parentheses the same. Subtract 1 from 2 to turn it into 1. The derivative of 6 disappears. This is the derivative. Derivatives reveal slopes, but we know what the slope is. The slope of that line, the slope m of that line is negative 0.8. So what you do is you let the slope replace y prime, the derivative. So let's do that. Let's divide both sides by 2 real fast. So negative 0.4 equals a times x minus 2. Let's get a alone. Let's divide both sides by x minus 2. This cancels. So you see this orange bubble here? That orange bubble equals a. Let's use substitution. You see this letter a, that's going to disappear, and it's going to get replaced by this orange bubble, because that orange bubble equals a. Let's make that substitution. So this stayed the same. A became that orange bubble. X minus 2 squared is literally there. I wrote it twice. Plus 6 is there. The reason I wrote it twice is because you can see that this one cancels with this one down below. So really, we just have this left here on the left. And then we have this here on the right. And let's go ahead and distribute this 0.4. You go on to solve this equation, you'll get x equals negative 1/2. That is the x coordinate of point P, negative 1/2. And that's appropriate because P is over in quadrant 2. Now, How do I find its corresponding y coordinate? Well, realize that point P is on the line. You found the equation of the line, it's this here. So to find the y coordinate, just take negative 1/2, plug it in there for x. Calculator would say that the y coordinate is 7. So that's how we get negative 1/2, 7 for point P.